I'm Julian Eggebrecht, head of Vector 5 and director for Lair. Let's show you Lair a little bit. Lair is our take on reinventing fantasy for a next-gen system, but also trying to find a new take which hasn't been done yet for fantasy, which is a dark, gritty world on the one hand, and it does feature dragons, which is one of the typical mythical creatures in fantasy, but doing dragons in a way that people who can't relate to the old ways can relate to them. So we took clues from dinosaurs, we took clues from real reptiles to make these dinosaurs as detailed looking as possible. So if we walk up to this dragon, you actually see the awesome detail which you have in the creature. And this really only is possible with the PlayStation 3. So let's hop on here. And let's get going. One of the things you will notice immediately is in this huge environment and with this dragon, not only am I using the wireless controller, but I'm flying with just one hand. And that's because the whole control really is on the motion control. I'm whipping my dragon with the button, but outside of that, everything else, pretty much, outside of shooting fireballs and whipping the dragon, is on the motion control. So we cannot only control the dragon in regular flight with it, but what you also can do is doing gestures. So basically, if I slam down the controller, the dragon takes a fast flight. If I do other gestures like pulling up, you do a 180 and just flip around. And obviously this looks like purely a flight game, and we deliver on the flight game front. We've done the Rogue Squadron series, so you can shoot fireballs, just what you would expect from dragons. You can take down other dragons with your fireballs. There's a hell of a lot of flight action, but what there also is, as you can see up there, you've got the army morale meter, and actually those troops down there are your troops fighting against other troops, on the ground. So what we can do with the power of the PS3 is go down here seamlessly and land the dragon and get into the enemy troops. Oh guys, I want to kill you right here. And again, it's motion control. So just as I would be riding a horse, I'm using the controller to control the dragon. I can use my fire flame breath to burn them. I can eat these guys to get health back, and I can actually get the morale of my troops up by helping them this way. In terms of fighting with the dragons, you've seen the fireballs, but fireballs, it's just what you would expect and what you've seen in other games which feature dragons. So what we also have is we have a living creature, so we can get close to them, so we can get visceral and up close. So let me lock onto this guy, who I can't get with fireballs. So I'm going to fly in here. Now I'm right next to him. So I'm going to slam into him with the controller. Boom. Come on, guy. I'm going to get you. And now I'm up close, and I can use combos and fighting moves on the other dragon. And now finally, my hero will jump on and grab the guy, rip the rider off, and smack him down with a combo system. So these are the different modes, how you get closer and closer and closer up to the dragons, and how it really gets personal, how we take seamless air-to-ground combat with the beasts and with the creatures into a new realm. And this is only a teeny tiny bit of the game, which you see right now. And we also have downloadable content. We support the hard drive, everything which the PlayStation 3 has to offer. And we hope to ship this puppy in spring of 2007.
That is one nice puppy.
And yes, what a puppy indeed.
That is a sweet puppy. Lair. Thank you, Julian. Man, tilt sensor. There it is. You were looking for it.
I was looking for it. That looked pretty cool.
It's still hard to tell, exactly how that feels when you're just looking at it, but the dragon seemed to be moving in the right direction. He was playing it one-handed and doing
dragon
stuff, so.
Snatched the dude off the other dragon. That part, and he threw him in the air and knocked him. That was great.
I would have figured the dragon just would have eaten him.
That's kind of what I was.
That's what I was looking for.
And then it plays an Africa trailer, right?
Yes.
So
that is just one of the game demos that we got, or that our team in Japan got last night, which is this morning, or
it's tomorrow.
It was
the future.
It's the future. Look for more of them on the on the PlayStation 3 Game Spaces or our TGS page, which has millions and millions of previews, news stories, and movies.
Millions.
Maybe
no exaggeration.
Oh, no, billions then. And Ryan, well, you're just talking about how that's the tilt sensor. That's cool.
Yeah.
Coming up next, we have a demo where someone actually laments a missing feature from the new PlayStation 3 controller. Don't guess. Don't guess. I don't want to ruin the surprise. Brian Ekberg with Gran Turismo HD. Take it away, Brian.
Hello everyone, Brian Ekberg here. We're here in Tokyo, and we're going to check out one of my most anticipated games here from TGS, Gran Turismo HD. So as you can see the screen right now, once we get to it, of course, this is the main screen for the demo only. I'm not sure that the final game will look like this, of course, but it's probably going to look pretty similar to this. So we'll push start, and we've got 10 cars to choose from. Everything from a Mazda Yunus Roadster, which is kind of like a Miata, all the way up to like the ubiquitous Subaru Impreza rally car. Every Gran Turismo game has that. A Lotus, Mitsubishi, and of course the Nissan Skyline, which is a very popular car here in Japan. We're going to go for the Mitsubishi Lancer. I really like this car, and let's see how it plays. And, well, of course, we can choose, this being Gran Turismo, we can choose the color of our car. Mitsubishi's only deserve to be red as far as I'm concerned, so we're going with red. We're at traction control, so we can do a little sliding, and then we're going to get right into it. The thing I think you'll notice first off is that this is a brand new course that's never been seen before until TGS. It looks like the Swiss Alps, if you could take a look at it now. It's like a really huge mountain in the background, and this is about a 4-minute demo, and you can get about 2 laps in 4 minutes in this car. So as you can tell, there's a lot going on. There's lots of, I don't need to explain the visuals to you. They look great. I do need to tell you that I can't do driving games very well. But anyway, so yeah, you can see people lining the road there. They don't move a lot, although in some cases you'll see guys literally like climb up to certain sections of the grass there, like they're just arriving there, which is kind of cool. So you'll see flags on the side there, waving in the wind and whipping around corners here. And just that mountain is just unbelievable in terms of clarity and fidelity, and just really looks amazing. This is a kind of a technical portion of the track. Lots of switchbacks here. It'll open up right about here. It'll open up into more of a straight where we can really open the engine up. Right about here, we can get some real speed going. So a little bit of pop in there for those buildings up on the ridge. Sony is saying this game is running at 60 frames per second in 1080p. I think it mostly is. What's that? It mostly is, but there's a few little frame rate, like you can see right there, the frame rate kind of gets slows down a little bit there, but the game's only 70%. I think that kind of thing will probably be worked out in the final build of the game. So as you can see, you can get a better view of the car from this view, obviously. You really feel the weight shift backwards and forwards in the car. It's one of the really cool things that Polyphony Digital does really well. One of the things that's definitely missing in the game is the rumble feature. I guess Sony lost the rumble feature in the dual analog, and you really do miss it in a driving game like this. Like when you go off the road, you used to be able to feel it in your hands, and now it's just like you can't even really tell. When you hit a bump, nothing really happens. So that's kind of unfortunate because you really do miss that effect coming through the controller. And as far as I can tell, there's not any tilt functionality in the wheel. There's not like the ability to steer, like we've seen a couple Nintendo Wii games where you can sort of steer it. Hold the Wii remote as sort of like an analog for a steering wheel and steer back and forth. Can't really do that here. But then again, it's Gran Turismo. Most people are playing it with the analog sticks anyway. They probably feel better about that anyway. I don't know if this is a real place, but it looks like a really cool place place to run cars and have a good time, and I certainly enjoy this map. It reminds me a little bit of the old Yellowstone map in Gran Turismo 4. But anyway, so that's Gran Turismo HD. The good news is, tomorrow, I believe, we're going to go and visit Polyphony Digital and check out the game with the creator, Kazunori Yamauchi. We're going to talk to him, get behind the game, learn more about the game. Hopefully we'll show more cars and more tracks. We'll see. We don't know. It's going to be a surprise, but stay tuned because we'll have it for you then.
Thank you very much, Brian Eckberg, Gran Turismo HD. Looking pretty good.
He seemed really impressed by it. His hands-on impressions of the game.